Welcome to the Awardco 101 training today. Today we're going to be talking about the magic of automation. My name is James Stewart. I'm going to be going over the training, talking to you a little bit about why automation is important and why we want to get you automated into the Awardco platform. To start off, while we're waiting for a few more attendees to show up, we're just going to take a quick poll. And how many of you remember, let me launch this poll really quick, the infomercial for the rotisserie barbecue, the Showtime rotisserie barbecue, Set It and Forget It. Take this poll, we'll see how many of you remember waking up in the morning for the infomercial and watching people yell out in the audience, Set It and Forget It. Wow, we're at 50%. Looks like we have 50% yes. Now it's going down, 60% no. Maybe this is a younger audience. So there was an infomercial. I'm just going to close the poll. But about 50% of you, 57% of you said no, you don't remember. So there's an infomercial years ago, probably one of the most famous infomercials, talking about a rotisserie barbecue and how you just put your food in, you set it, and you forget it. And that's what we want to do here at Awardco. We want to get all of your CSV files. We want to automate everything and set it and forget it. So anyway, that's a little intro to this training today. The intro currently, so there are two things here at Awardco that we automate. One is the user file that you send over. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the implementation. An implementation rep reached out to you, said, hey, we need a user file from you. We need the employee ID, first name, last name, all that information. So that, if we can get all of that automated, that'll make your life easier. It'll make our life easier. Account managers won't be dealing with Excel files. You won't be dealing with it. And as much as all of us love Excel, it would also be great to never have to use Excel again. So currently, if you're not set up on an automated system for your user file, the process that you go through is you have your HRIS system and you download the report, you download all of the fields that you need to send to us. Then you as the admin collect that file and maybe do some manipulating on your end, send it to one of our account managers who then maybe does a little bit more manipulation to upload it into the Awardco platform. So you can see there's a lot of steps that this takes, and there's a lot of room for human error by going through all these steps. So what we want to do is get that user file, just have the HRIS system talk directly to the Awardco platform. And so to do that, we want you to reach out to your account manager, maybe get someone from your IT team who knows about setting up an SFTP server or setting it up through API. If you know about that, great. Let's get in touch with your account manager and reach out to them, figure out the best way to get this automated, and we'll figure it out. So today we're not going to show you exactly how to go through all that process because there's a lot of back-end things that happen. But ideally, we would like you to get from just have it set up so your HRIS system is speaking directly to the Awardco platform. We can eliminate you downloading the file, sending it to an account manager, and then the account manager dealing with uploading all this information. And I walk past the account managers on a regular basis, and every day I just see Excel files put on their screen. That's what they're doing. And I think, if we can automate this, it'll make your experience with Awardco better. It'll make things go more flawlessly. You won't have any issues. So that's the first thing that we would want to automate. And we know that a lot of you, maybe some of you aren't working with HRIS systems and can't automate that. But the next things that we want to automate, you can automate a lot of programs, such as within the platform, even if the user file isn't automated. You can automate the service award program, the birthday program, if you're running that, a new program called the onboarding program, where as soon as someone's hired, they can be sent an email welcoming them to the Awardco platform, welcoming them to your company, along with some points, and that can all be automated, and that's what we want to talk about today. So first off, for that user file, I'm going to share my screen really quick. And that is, so this is the user file. Just to go over real quickly, I'm sure all of you are very familiar with this and you've seen it, but the fields that the required fields that we need from you to come from your HRIS system are these A through L. So, and we don't need all of them, but these are the most common fields that we ask. And if you can get us these fields, then we can automate most of your programs. So we need employee ID, column A, column B and C, first name, last name, column D, email. And then if you're set up on a single sign-on, we don't need a password. Column G is hire date. So that's how we're gonna know when to send the onboarding emails, when to send the service award emails. Sorry about that. And then column H is your birth date, and so that's to automate the birthday program. If you're not running a birthday program, you don't need to include your birthday, the birth date of those employees. Column I is role, and that's not a column that you need to be able to export from your HRIS system. When you get implemented, we will usually ask how many admins do you have and who are they going to be, and we'll assign them that role, and then everyone else will be assigned as an employee or a group manager based on the rest of this information. So don't worry about pulling admin, employee, group manager from your HRIS system. That's something that will be set up on our end. Country code, just what country those employees are in, and then supervisor ID. So if you can, the supervisor ID is how the hierarchy will be built and what groups those people will be put in. You can also include metadata fields. So these fields, M through U, these are additional fields that can help with reporting purposes, a bunch of other, so when you're reporting and you download a report, maybe you want to report by position ID or department, what department someone's in, or what location they're in. These are fields that you can add depending on what you feel like you need. So anytime you need to add the headers they all start with a hashtag in front of them, and all of these will be uploaded in the platform, but they're not necessary. It's just something to help you out with reporting. Again, talk to your account manager about what's best for your company and what you feel like you need for your company, and we can get this automated so that you never have to send us another file. And anytime a new employee is added to the company, it'll be added to our platform. Anytime someone's turned from the company, they'll be turned from our platform. So that's the beauty of this part of the automation. Now to get more into the platform itself and look at how to automate the service award program, the birthday program, and the onboarding program. So when you're logged in, this is what you'll see currently as, logged in as a typical user. By clicking on admin, it'll take you to the settings report. You click on settings, and I'll have this load really quick. As you scroll down on the left-hand side, there are 3 programs that you can automate. One, onboarding. This is a new program that we've talked about. And again, talk to your account managers if you feel like this is something that you want to get going. Service awards and birthdays. So we're going to look at service awards because this is a pretty standard one. Most everyone's using service awards. If you're not, talk to us and we'll get you set up on service awards. It'll be great. But the way that this works is, so these are the fields. You'll upload a CSV. Again, your account manager will help you upload the CSV. It's kind of a little bit more back end, but I just want to go over how this works. So as you can see, anyone that is in the United States and is hitting their 1-year mark at your company, you can have a recognition come from whoever you want. In this case, I'm saying the Awardco 101 recognition. That's who the recognition is going to come from. The note will say, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. They're not going to receive any money because it's not a year that we've decided to give them money. But if you want to give money to a 1 year, you can add that in there here. It's not going to come from any budget because there's no money being given. It's a private notification. So if your social feed is turned on, only the person receiving this award is going to see it. That no one else will see it. You can also set it to public so that everyone can see it on the social feed. the user email template. So the user will receive an email, and it'll come from the anniversary notification template that you set up. And the supervisor will also receive an email from manager anniversary notification. The next fields are, if you want to send it out, if you want the user to receive this email and these points a week before their anniversary, you can set that in there. Here, it's blank because we just want it to go out on the day of their anniversary, receive the points. But as you can see, the supervisor date is set to -14 days. So they'll receive a notification 2 weeks before the user's anniversary date, which, you know, you can set a range. You could set it the day before, or you could have it go out on the same day. It's up to you. And then the time, it'll go out at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can set this up for every single year. So as you see, we have 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. Once we get to 5 year, here we've added money. So on the 5 year, based on the hire date that you give us in that user file, as soon as anyone hits a 5 year, they're going to receive $250. It's going to come from the service award budget. It's going to be a private notification. And you can set this up for every year. And also your account manager will help you do that. So this way, you never have to send us another file again with service awards. And that just helps you and us and makes things streamlined. You're not going to run into any issues. And you can always come in here and check and see, oh, I wonder how much the 3 years are getting. They're getting 150. It's all going to be listed in here for your convenience. So we would love to get you all set up on automating your service awards if you haven't yet. It's a great feature and it'll make your life easier. If you're running a birthday program, it's the same thing. It's a little bit simpler, but the birthday program, same thing. If they live in the United States, they're going to receive the recognition from Awardco 101 recognition. The note is going to say happy birthday from Awardco 101. They're going to receive $10 from the birthday budget. It's going to be a private notification. Again, you can make it public if you want. I feel like a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people don't typically like to have their birthdays announced, so we've set ours to private. The user will receive the birthday email, and the supervisor will receive the birthday manager notification. It's going to go out at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can set a supervisor offset date, but we didn't set one in here. It's just going to go out on their birthday, notifying the supervisor. But you can set it so it goes out the day before or a weekend before or however many days before. One thing I didn't mention with the service awards, and I'll just go really quick to it, we also have this feature that is weekdays and weekends and weekdays. So if your employees, if you're a company that works Monday through Friday and you only want the employee to receive an email on the weekdays, we can set that so that it's sent out on the weekdays. It'll be sent out on, so if they're hitting an anniversary on a Saturday or a Sunday, their email won't go out until Monday. Or you can also set it to weekdays and weekends, and if they're hitting their anniversary on a Saturday, Sunday, that's when they'll receive they'll just receive it on that day. For the onboarding program, it's basically the same thing as the birthday program. You have if you live in the United States, here's the difference. So when you're onboarded, you're going to have the hire date in there, and you can set when you want this onboarding email to go out. So currently, I've set it to go out 1 month after their hire date. If you want, you can set it on a day basis. You could say 1 day or 1 month and 5 days or whatever it is. However, whatever time frame you want, you can set that up for when they receive this onboarding email. It'll come from their supervisor, and their supervisor is going to be based off of that supervisor ID in the user file that you sent over to us. The note's going to say, welcome to Awardco. You'll receive $10, and it's going to come from the onboarding budget. Or if you don't want them to receive any money, you can put 0. And then it's a private notification again, but you can make it public. And the same thing as before with the birthday notifications. So just really quick, just wanted to go over that. And also, let's say you are a global company and you want to add, you have different email templates in different languages. Let's say you have an employee in France. You can set up another row in here. It's just through the CSV file, again, which your account manager will help you with. But you could say, okay, anyone that is living in France, they're going to receive it 1 month before from their supervisor. But you can set up a different email template that is in French or something like that. So our system will look at where your employee lives, and will, based on what you set up here in the platform, that's what they'll receive. So you could give them a different amount if they live in a different country. You know, if currencies are, if you're in France, you're not going to be giving as much money, for example. So these three, the onboarding, service awards, and birthdays, we want to set it and forget it. So that's our goal here, is just to get all this automated, have you not worry about this anymore, make it easier on you. Let's get rid of Excel as much as we can. Obviously, we need to use it on a day-to-day basis for other things, but we can also limit the use of Excel here. So if you want to run an onboarding program and you're currently not, get in touch with your account manager and they'll help you set that up. If you want to automate your service awards, we highly recommend it. It's worked great for all the companies that are currently automated. You're not going to run into any human errors. It's going to be great. Same with birthdays. We can also set up a birthday program. Even if you're not giving monetary, we can set it up, and at least your employees will be notified on their birthday from the company. So yes, the user file and these three programs, we would love to get those automated. Please contact your account manager for further details. Also, get a member from your IT team to call us if you aren't familiar with SFTP and API, and we'll get that set up. I forgot to mention at the beginning, if you have any questions, you can write them in. We can stay on the, we'll go through this webinar. We'll stay on the webinar for another few minutes or so. If you don't have any questions, thank you for joining. If you have questions, we'll answer those right now. So I do see a couple. Let me look at those really quick. What happens if an employee changes supervisors or no longer works with the company? Does that information come through the automated system? It does, as long as you have updated that in your HRIS system. If you update it in the HRIS system, then anything that you update is going to be updated on our end. So if an employee is termed, they're going to be removed from our platform. If they're added, they're going to be added to the platform. If you include the supervisor ID, which we recommend, when that changes in your HRIS system, they're going to be changed into a different group on our platform. So it's just talking with your system, and anything you make on your HRIS system, any changes you make there, it'll make on our end as well. And that's why we want to automate it. So if we set it and forget it, is there reporting available to know what the budget amounts will be for upcoming years? Yeah, so all of that is in reporting. You can download reports, and so you still will have to download one report at the beginning of the year to kind of get your budget, to see what your budget's going to be for the year, and look and see, okay, we're going to have this many 5 years, this many 10 years. So that is one thing that you can't forget, is what your budget's going to be. Again, that's something that you'll be setting on your end, saying, okay, this year we're going to have $15,000 go out for service awards. And so you'll have to look at that through your reporting, through your user file. But then after that, as long as you have your budget and you keep on your budget, all of this stuff will go out. The only time that an email won't go out to these users, or they won't get points, is if the budget goes below zero. So again, I can just show you that really quick by clicking on the budgets tab at the top. This was the training that we did last month. By clicking on the budgets tab, you'll be able to look at all your budgets, see how much money is in there. So currently I have $0 in my birthday budget. And with $0, if I were awarding $10 to each person, they wouldn't go out because I've hit a zero. You get notified that you're hitting zero. And another place to check all of these emails that are going out is if you click on users and then click on the bulk recognize tab. This is showing us that it'll highlight everything for the month. So it goes on a month basis and it'll upload everything. So it's showing that on June 4th, Janie Smith is hitting her 11-year anniversary. She's not getting any money, but she's going to be notified on June 4th that that she is hitting her 11th year. So again, we really encourage you to talk to your account managers, get in touch with them, get them in touch with your IT team, get this automated, and set it and forget it. So thank you for joining this. If you have any questions, reach out to your account managers. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.